Hey everyone, it's me. I'm back in the kitchen. I'm going to be baking chocolate chip cookies. So first things first, let's get all those ingredients out on the counter. Okay, as you can see, I have all the ingredients out on the counter. I have the measuring cups, measuring spoons, spatula, room temperature butter, chopped pecans if I decide to put them in there. I have some mixing bowls. I have the chocolate chips, 2 eggs, real vanilla extract, also real butter, not margarine. I have light brown sugar, and we have all-purpose flour, baking soda, kosher salt, and fine granulated sugar. Those are all the ingredients that we are going to use when we bake these cookies. All right, let's get started. So the first thing, we are going to measure out 2 1/4 cups of flour and put it into the small bowl. I'm going to spoon this flour into the measuring cup and then level it off with a knife. If I had a sifter, I'd probably use a sifter, but this way I'm trying to make sure that I get just enough flour but not too much. So I just kind of chop that across the top, move it back and forth till I get a level cup, and there's a level cup. I'm going to do that again and then put another 1/4 in there. So I have my 2 1/4 cups of flour in there, and now I'm going with the baking soda. All right, I like to scoop that in there, and then I like to get it with this little straight edge right across the top. Smooth that out. Hope you can see it. Get one nice level teaspoon. Throw that right on top of the flour that we already measured out. Next, we are going in with a teaspoon of salt. It's going to be hard to get this out of this box, but I don't care if it's short a little bit on the salt because the butter is salted as well. So we go in with that 1 teaspoon of salt. That's the last for the dry mixture. We're going to take the dry mixture and we're just going to mix it, getting the baking soda and the salt mixed into the flour, just using a spatula. It's not rocket science. You're just trying to get that mixed in pretty good. And then we're going to set that to the side. Next, we are going in with 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. I've already measured the 3/4 of a cup of white sugar and the 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And to that we are going to add, I haven't taken the top off of this yet. We're going in with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We are going to mix this all in with a beater. Okay, now that we have the butter, sugars, and vanilla into the bowl, we are going to beat this until it is smooth and creamy. So as you can see, even though I've been beating this mixture for a minute, it's not very creamy. I think it was because the butter was still kind of solid, even though I had it out overnight. But I forget sometimes that I'm here in Chicago, and sometimes the temperature dips below, well, last night the temperature dipped to about -4, I believe, or less. And the butter was probably still hard, but it's all good. I'm just going to keep eating, and then we'll be back. Once I add the eggs, it'll all make sense. So now we are going to add the eggs one at a time. I've already cracked the eggs, and the reason is because once before, when I made some cookies, I cracked the egg inside the bowl, and of course, got some shell in there, and nobody wants to bite into a cookie with eggshell in it. So we're going to add this one at a time, and then beat. And repeat that process. Never, ever, ever take the beater out of the bowl at a 90-degree angle while it's still going. You'll learn that as well. So now I'm just going to take the spatula, get some of the mixture off of the sides of the bowl. Maybe if I had a food processor or whatever you call it, one of those electric stand mixers, I wouldn't have to do that. And we're going to take that and we're going to mix it some more. Now that the batter is smooth and creamy, one of the last steps is to take the flour mixture and start gradually adding it to the wet mixture, and then we'll almost be done. One more time. All right. Last of the dry flour, baking soda, and salt mixture. Let me move so we can get this totally mixed. I run that beater along the side of the glass because I'm trying to knock some of this dough off of the beater sticks, whatever you call it. But it's not working that well. And I would tell you that you could eat that like we used to do when we were younger, saying that I'm a 70s baby. But now that I've gotten older, I've learned that it really wasn't the raw eggs that get you sick. It was the raw flour that gets people most of the time. This seems a bit thick, so I don't know. I hope that I got this going right, but you're going to get whatever cookies on YouTube that I complete. So I'm not going to fake the funk. All right. Now that the batter is complete, it is time to add the morsels. And all I do is I pour that on top, and then I'm going to take the spatula and mix those in. So as I'm mixing, I'm still contemplating on whether I want to add some of these chopped pecans into the cookies. Sometimes I enjoy pecans in my cookies and sometimes I do not. So I think instead of adding a full cup, I am going to only add a half of a cup. And that way, some of the cookies will probably have some pecans in it, and some of them probably won't. But it won't be as abundant as if I were to put a full cup in there. So I may even go with a fourth of a cup. All right, that's a pretty big one right there. I'm gonna break that one up. Yeah, I think I'm only gonna go with a fourth of a cup. That seems plenty. And then we just go through this again. This is a pretty heavy batter. And we try to mix these chocolate chips and the pecans into the batter. So you're done with the mixer. You do not use the mixer when you are making chocolate chip cookies. Once you put the morsels and the nuts into the mixture, you are done with the mixer. So like I was saying earlier, that's about the time when I was younger. My mom would pass that to me and I would eat that, lick it clean. But for now, just gonna throw it in the sink. All right, that's looking pretty good. I already have the oven preheated. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to pull out the cookie sheets and I'll probably show you that step too. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we are back. And right now, like I told you, we have the oven set at 375. So what I have here is a teaspoon, and I am going to take rounded balls of the dough, cookie dough, and I'm going to place it on my cookie sheet about 3 across. Probably going to get about 12 cookies on the sheet. If they kind of spread and touch, who cares? Not the most aesthetic type of person, but more of a taste, quality. So actually I'm only going to do 9. So about a teaspoon worth of dough for each one. And this is an ungreased cookie sheet again, if I hadn't said that already. And we are dropping these, trying to have like a rounded teaspoon. And then we're going to toss these into the oven for about 9 to 11 minutes. 9 minutes for the softer variety, 11 minutes if you want sort of a harder cookie. So my cookies usually are going to be around 8 to 9 minutes. I like the softer. So I am going to cook these until they are slightly brown on the edges. So there we are. We have the tray prepared. And let me work this gimbal. That's the other thing. Besides baking and doing all sorts of stuff, I'm trying to learn how to do a little videography as well. And we have the oven at 375. And I am going to open that. I probably should have put that cookie sheet on the middle rack. So I'm going to drop that. And we are going to throw these cookies in there sideways. And bam. There they are. Gonna go here to the timer. And I'm gonna hit 9 minutes. And I think I hit start. I don't remember. There you go. Hit start. All right. In about 9 minutes, I'll be back to show you what we're working with. All right. It's about 2 minutes in. And I hope you can see that through my oven. I tried to clean this oven, but somehow the actual stains and the grease have gotten between the window panes, and I'm going to have to take the oven apart to clean that. But as you can see, the cookies are flattening as they are supposed to. So hopefully everything goes well, and we'll check you out in a minute. All right, the timer says the first batch is done. I had them in there for 9 minutes, and the edges are brown. The tops don't look so brown. So I'm still gonna take this batch out, and we'll see how it looks. All right, we're going to take these, set them off to the side. I have 2 trays. So now I can install this one in and reset this annoying timer. So again, we're gonna do 10 minutes this time, just to see. So there you have it. Chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna plate those and I'll be right back. So you take that off and you check the bottom. As you can see, it's a bit brown, not burnt, but probably could have took that off. Maybe, I think it's good. Maybe a minute quicker. Don't even need the, and the cookie sheet is still hot. So I'm supposed to let them cool. But I actually do not have a wire cookie rack to let the cookies cool properly. But I just wanted to get a few cookies on there. All right, that looks good. And let me pour up a glass of milk, and I'll see you in a second. All right, I'm done, and I'm checking out the cookies, and let's see. Not gooey, chewy, but I'm pretty sure it's delicious anyway. All right, so outstanding. Crunchy on the bottom, soft in the middle and the top, just like I like it. So as you can see, I'm not a dunker. What are you, a biter and sipper, or are you a dunker? Let me know in the comments. This has been another Easy Day production. Thanks for watching. Peace. Easy Day.